On a cold December day like today, your thoughts, like mine, turn to those less fortunate, those without warm shelter or enough to eat, those alone without someone to care for them. This, after all, is the Christmas spirit. And it was last Christmas that we found Basil, a small pony in a tiny field, emaciated, starving, covered in icicles, and shivering so badly we were barely able to monitor his heart rate. Thanks to a concerned member of the public who called our welfare line, we were able to get to him in time. I'm delighted to say that this Christmas, thanks to your support, Basil has returned to full health. This was your Christmas present to Basil, and like you, we want to be able to offer other horses like him a more secure future this Christmas. Every month we receive hundreds of calls about horses suffering neglect in poor living conditions, about the basic lack of knowledge of their owners, and sometimes abject cruelty. But as a charity with limited resources, we simply do not have the capacity to cope with all the horses that need our help, and we would like to take many more. That is why it is so important that we find new homes for the horses that we have brought back to health, so they have more space at our farms for the many others that need our help. We have some excellent horses and ponies on offer. This year we promoted the amazing ways our rehomed horses are bringing joy and unimaginable benefits to their rehomers during our first ever Rehome a Horse Month in July. These horses are playing really useful roles as draft horses and dressage horses, like hacks to those helping children with special needs, national show pony champions to grazers helping to maintain conservation land. So if you can rehome a horse or know someone who can, please visit our website. After all, there are so many benefits to rehoming over buying, especially in this current financial climate. And we always have a wide variety of horses and ponies available. Thankfully, not all the horses we help need to find a new home. Much of our work in the UK is helping horse owners to look after their horses better and to stop a problem in its tracks. We always have a bigger impact when we work with others, and I am very proud that we helped stop the breeding of almost 100 semi-feral ponies in Scotland this year in our largest preventative welfare operation by working with the local ex-servicemen's charity Horseback UK, the Royal Dick Veterinary College in Edinburgh and the Royal Marines. Together we rounded up the ponies, microchipped and passported them, and castrated the stallions to prevent further breeding. Homes are now being sought by the owner for some of the ponies, which had bred beyond control on land that simply could not sustain them. We all know how indiscriminate and uncontrolled breeding is the root cause of many welfare problems for horses. So please do think carefully before putting your mare into foal. We also try to prevent welfare problems overseas too, and this year our supporters made a big difference to the horses of Honduras by sending in their fly fringes. Our No Flies on Me appeal collected almost 1,000 fringes and provided money to help more than 1,000 more. The fringes you sent made an immediate difference for horses which had no way of escaping the torment of biting flies that were the cause of terrible eye infections. The horses' owners were absolutely delighted with them, and the fringes caused a buzz wherever we went and encouraged more horse owners to seek our help. Who knew that a simple fly fringe could do so much good? Be assured they have, and we are deeply grateful to you, as are the horse owners in Honduras. Working closely with the community is key to helping horses overseas, whether we're in South Africa, Senegal, Guatemala, or Honduras. This year, we are about to start a new project in Nicaragua. We have been researching hard the welfare needs of the horses in that country and look forward to telling you about our work there next year. For World Horse Welfare, 2011 has been a real year of highs and lows, and nowhere more so than our transportation campaign. Our hard work gathering irrefutable evidence of the dehydration, exhaustion and injury horses suffer on long-distance journeys to slaughter in Europe paid off when the European Commission's own scientific experts cited our findings and backed our call for a maximum journey limit of 12 hours. We also brought together scientific experts from around the world to discuss current research and make recommendations for better treatment during these journeys. And you, our supporters, made your voices heard in the European Parliament when you took part in our action this autumn, which really did have a huge impact. So we were all dismayed when the European Commission decided against making recommendations for changes to the current regulation, despite acknowledging the fact that horses were suffering during this vile trade and the huge public support for change. But take heart, each time you make your voice heard and each piece of evidence we provide through our field investigations, we are chipping away at some of the key elements of this legislation which is becoming increasingly indefensible. We must keep the pressure up. We have achieved so much with your help in this campaign. In 2001, 165,000 horses made these journeys. Today, it is around 80,000. That is around 80,000 too many, but it does show that we can make a difference, and with your help, we can bring this horrific trade to an end. I think it's important to take stock about what achievements we've made over the years. One example is the welfare of horses in sport. We have always supported the responsible use of horses in sport and have played a role in protecting their welfare. For decades, we have advised the International Equestrian Federation to help them reach high standards of horse welfare. We also helped to advise the British Horse Racing Authority and were pleased to be consulted during their review on the use of the whip in racing. I do understand that the new rules have been fairly controversial, but I would say this: give them time, let them bed in and work in practice for the good of horses and for racing's future. What does the future hold next year? Of course, none of us know for certain, but we can be pretty sure that horses will need our help, both in the UK and overseas. We might find another Basil this Christmas, freezing and alone in a field. And it's in your power to help him. How can you do that? It's simple. You can call our welfare hotline to report a horse in distress, or you can rehome one of our horses like Basil and give them the life they deserve and make more space on our farms for other horses who will need our help. And you can remember Basil and all other horses this Christmas by giving them a present to secure their future through a donation to World Horse Welfare. You can easily do this through visiting our website. And I would like to finish by saying a heartfelt thank you to all our staff, our volunteers and our supporters for everything you've done to help us this year. Especially in these difficult times, we are making a real difference to thousands of horses, and we simply could not do it without your help. And I wish you, your family, your friends and your horses a very Merry Christmas and a very, very Happy New Year.